Hey everybody, welcome to our second episode of BenchMob. This week we're going to be going over what happened during the week on the playoffs. The Raptors won game 2 but lost game 3. Do we need to worry? Pelicans sweep the Trailblazers. What happened there? And Cavs are down 2-1 to Indy right now. So are they in trouble? Is the King in trouble of getting dethroned? So before we get started, we're going to do our intros again. So right now we have Dennis here. He's the guy who you see with the credit card that in debt too much shoes buying. Say hi, Dennis.
Hi guys, what's up?
We have Ga, our neither-sided Nate Robinson, on the air horn, except we don't have it right now because it's out of commission right now. Say hi, Ga.
What up, guys?
And we have Ryan. He's new here today. He's the Chuck Barkley of our group. So if you hear him mumble, we apologize, but just bear with him. And my name is Steve, and we're gonna get started. So our very first topic we're gonna be talking about is the Raptors. So we just saw game 2, game 3 this past week. What did you guys think?
Game 2 was a lot of team effort, which is good, especially near the end. I remember Kyle got a steal, and then DeLon passed it to DeLon, and then they got a pretty sick dunk. So there's a lot of team effort. So that's where that's where the season success came from.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of team effort, not a lot of iso ball compared to the past years that happened.
I saw a better Gortat in Game 3 than in Games 1 and 2. He averaged about 13 points that game. Usually averages about 6. So I think we need to be better defensively against the bigs and defend against the two-man game a lot better, as I said previously.
So what we saw was in game 2, I believe VanVleet was trying to be inserted back into the lineup. He was a go, and but he was, I don't know if you guys saw, but he was kind of playing nervously. From what I could see, I think I watched the post game interview, and he said he was okay. He felt like he could have went in, but the coaches decided not to. If we don't have VanVleet for game 4 right now, so would you guys be worried, or should he be sitting out? I mean, we do have a pretty deep lineup. So should we play Lorenzo Brown or someone else longer like DeLon? Any issues with that, or do we need Fred back on the floor?
I think we need Fred back on the floor, especially on the road, just because the first 2 games was at home, and role players do play a lot better at home. But on the road, that's probably why we lost game 3. There's not a lot of role players that stepped up. It's a lot easier to play better at home than on the road if you're a role player.
So I'm going to take the opposite stance and say don't play Fred unless he's ready. He was very nervous, very sheepish in his one possession in Game 2. If Toronto wants a really long playoff run, which they definitely do want, having your entire bench ready at 100% or near 100% because it is a playoffs is going to be very important. So getting him banged up in Game 4 means nothing if he can't play later on.
Yeah.
I'm going to agree with God there. We need Fred. He's a core part of the bench mob, right?
Hashtag BenchMob.
If you want a deep playoff run, if you want to go second round against maybe the Cavs or Pacers, you need Fred, right? Who else are going to put up against the points?
Right, and what we're forgetting is, I guess Fred was, he came with the Raptors last year. He joined the Raptors. He was undrafted, if you guys don't remember. But this is his real, first, there was a lot of hype. There was, potential 6-man, considerations for this guy. Even though he's known as Steady Freddy, this would have been his, first playoff debut kind of thing, with an important role.
With his established name.
Yeah, with an established name. So, do you think that got to his head, or should they even play him right now because of, do they really need him right now, or do we need him in the long run, or we need to play him eventually, but when is the right time to do it, considering he's new?
Personally, I think the right time to play him is round 2. If we finish off the Wizards in 5, that extra rest for the rest of the series is going to be very useful. We're in a 2-1 lead right now, so we're not in trouble yet. But we are facing the Wizards at home, so that's going to be a very important decision in whether or not we're going to be playing Freddie later.
Yeah, I agree with saving him for round 2. We did play a lot of players during the game 2. 13 guys, I think. Yeah, all
yeah, we
13
played 13
guys.
guys. Yeah.
And then we did pretty well, but like Steve covered already, there was a lot of our bench is pretty deep, so that's fine. I think save him for later because I think we can finish off the Wizards without him.
Like Dennis said, our role players step up home, so technically we do have 2 more games at home if we make it to Game 7.
Okay.
So we can actually do without Fred if our role players do step up.
What if it gets to the point where it's like, so Game 4 we tie it up?
Yeah.
I mean, the
They
Wizards
tie
tie it
it
up.
up.
It's 2-2.
Mm.
Do we play Fred?
I think personally, I don't think that's the right move. I think maybe shortening the bench and playing a tighter 10 versus a very wide 13.
Right.
Depend more on our all-stars, more of our starting lineup
Okay.
to grind out that win. And even though that's kind of against what we've
Right,
done for the
whole
entire
season, yeah,
season,
yeah.
I think you need to be able to depend on your starters and your all-stars when you need them the most. And if they're not able to do that in that type of situation, then I think they don't deserve to be as recognizable or as dominant as they should be.
Yeah, that's true. Any of you guys want to say anything else? Any other comments on that?
I agree with his point for sure.
So
Just say.
yeah, so I think last time we talked about our X factors for the Raptors or the Wizards. Ga said CJ Miles. Dennis, who did you say?
Valanciunas.
He said JV. Who did I say again? Kyle
Kyle,
Lowry,
Kyle.
The obvious one, and he needs to step up every time. So a question, Ryan, since you're new here,
Mm-hmm.
who do you think is the most crucial, has the most potential to
Make an impact.
make an impact on this series? Whether it's Washington, whether it's Toronto, it doesn't have to be a player. It could be a coach, it could be bench player, or the bench in general.
Yeah.
What do you think? What's your X
I'm gonna
factor?
have to agree with Dennis to say JV. Cause
JV.
Yeah, the matchup with JV and Gortat, you got a young guy, stronger.
JV stronger. You mean?
Yeah, he can shoot the threes and whatnot, right? He's the man that can actually do the work, right?
Right. So JV.
Yeah.
Do you think he's gonna get his touches though?
I'm hoping.
He
That's
seems
the
to have to make his own touches.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see if DeRozan or Kyle need to or are gonna give him more touches.
Well, he definitely gets a lot of touches early on in the game, so if he stays out of foul trouble for Game 4 and he's able to dominate inside, I think that's going to be a really good selling point for
Right.
a Toronto victory.
Yeah. So that's all for this clip right now. If you guys want to check out our next clip, we're going to be talking about more about Raptors. Remember to follow us on Instagram at BenchMob 6. And thanks for listening.